Immigration through the southern border has been among one of the most talked about political topics over the past year.
The issue is also a focus for both the 10th Congressional District candidates, Republican Congressman Scott Perry and his Democratic challenger Janelle Stelson. Fox 43's James Corrigan discussed the issue with both candidates, and he joins us now in the studio. James, they obviously have some differences in their solutions.
Well, they sure do, Sean. My conversation with them focused on what needs to be passed, but also what hasn't passed, including a key piece of border legislation that failed due in large part to opposition from House Republicans. That bipartisan bill would have ended the policy of catch and release for migrants, provided money to hire more Border Patrol officers, and also would have given the Department of Homeland Security the power to decide whether to close the border if the number of encounters between law enforcement and illegal crossers or asylum seekers averaged 4,000 over a week, with the border automatically closing at 5,000. The two candidates disagreed on that measure and accused the other side of playing politics.
It didn't do anything to secure the border. That's why the left and that's why Democrats support that bill.
This is not a partisan issue to me.
Democratic nominee Janelle Stelson says the downfall of the Senate bill became partisan when former President Donald Trump came out against it, leading to its rejection by Republicans. She says the compromise should have passed.
We need to reach across the aisle and accomplish one of our biggest goals, which is securing the border. This is a big problem. It's been a problem for a long time. Everybody has been botching it. So let's work together and get it solved.
Congressman Perry, on the other hand, argues the bill did nothing to solve the issue and that the threshold for encounters before closing the border should be zero.
It actually enshrined in law letting thousands of people daily into the country illegally. How is that solving the problem?
Encounters at the border between officers and illegal crossers or asylum seekers has reached record highs of above 2 million in each of the last 2 years and topped 300,000 in a month for the first time back in December. Concerns are growing about drug trafficking and the lack of legal asylum seekers being processed. When it comes to working together, Stelson says more compromise is needed to solve the problem, while Perry says the Democrats need to step up to do so.
Let's not take a partisan approach and say, well, that'd be good for the Dems or that'd be good for the Republicans. That's not okay. We're Americans.
We need the left and the Democrats to come on seriously about securing the border and stopping the fentanyl, stopping the crime rates from rising, and stopping the American citizens for having to pay for these things for which they can't afford, and increasing our national debt.
And coming up at 9, you'll hear from both candidates again, this time on the issue of abortion and the role of the federal government in regulating it. But for now, I'm James Corrigan with Fox 43 News.